Can I talk with mashed potatoes in my mouth?
Ready, set, roll for initiative. Welcome to Canon Fodder Diecast, episode 3, and this is chapter 2 of the Horde of the Dragon Queen campaign. I am Kyle Newcomb, and I'm playing as the character Leaky, Exile of the Golden Tur clan.
And I am Jenn, and I'm playing as Cezzaria. She is a rogue who pretty much doesn't care about anything except occasionally for Leaky.
And I am Travis, and I am the DM and malignant god of dice. What is Cezzaria's race?
High elf.
It is a high elf. For some reason, I thought it was like a sun elf or a moon elf.
High elf.
Just straight high elf. Okay, all right. I have been wondering about that for a while.
Thief, rogue, criminal, high elf, neutral, evil.
Gotcha.
My crossbow is a D10.
Yeah, you're using the wrong dice. So in the first episode, you guys wandered into the town of Greenest, where the town was under siege by kobolds, which are little dragon people, an adult blue dragon, and the cult of the dragon itself.
That I wrote.
You didn't ride the cult of the dragon.
I rode the dragon.
You
did actually try to ride one of the mercenaries of the cult of the dragon, and then
you did not ride the queen.
Yeah, you tried to ride an adult blue dragon, though, when I presented a life-or-death opportunity, and by the narrowest of margins, you passed.
Yes.
So you rode a dragon into the ground about 150 feet away, 150 yards away, and then Cezzaria brought you back to life.
Yes.
Because you have no gauge at all for risk.
None whatsoever.
So you managed to save most of the people of the town of Greenest, and in doing so, you earned their favor and their respect. But you also learned that the Cult of the Dragon has a camp not too far from the town, and that there are dangerous mofos living there, and the town is not safe, even though you've driven the raiders off. Which brings us to episode 2, aptly and literally titled, Raiders Camp.
Yay!
But today, Jen, is your day. I can't stress that enough. Don't let him make decisions. And with that said, let's get into it. So in the morning, you have eggs and toast and bacon and drippings, like George R. R. Martin always writes about. And then a young man walks up to you, and he says, Governor Nighthill would like to see you.
Stealing his bacon.
You have to steal. It's what Drown compels you to do. Governor Nighthill would like to see you specifically.
You gonna stay here and finish your bacon?
Duh.
Okay.
We got any bandit left?
No.
I'm sure we'll get more. Why don't you eat the little blue people?
They're stringy.
So tenderize them first. Grab them by the ankles and... You need to get you a...
They got a lot of tendons.
You need to get them in a person-sized crockpot.
A person-sized crockpot.
And just put the bandit in there, let them cook on high for like 14 hours, and then the stringiness will go away.
If we did episode titles, that would be an episode title. A person-sized crockpot. Okay, so Governor Nighthill's like, Cezzaria, enter.
Okay, what do you want?
He would like to know if you would go to the Raiders' camp and investigate whether or not they plan to attack Greenest again. Or if they want to raid anywhere at all. If you would be willing to see to that so that the town can defend itself if necessary. And he offers to pay you 250 gold pieces per person. And also his undying respect.
I was just going to ask if I can take the brute meal, but since you said per person, I'm assuming I can take the brute meal.
He thinks it wouldn't hurt, but he does caution you that after the brutal butchery of that half-dragon, his face is probably going to be well known, so you need to be careful and use him strategically.
Okay.
Then he hands you a fidget cube and says, here, if he gets bored.
Anyway.
Okay, so do you accept my mission?
Yes.
Okay. So he says the town is willing to furnish you any supplies or goods that you would need for this mission, and is willing to open up their store of equipment and gear to you. So what do you need to do your mission?
So I have heavy crossbows. I have drown. I need to get rid of that stupid rapier eventually.
Do you want rope, or pythons, or mini little popes?
Do you want a mini little pope as a snack?
It's not a halfling. That's really dark.
You said mini little pope.
I went from like little ceramic figurine to now I have a halfling and a big tall white hat.
Do you need anything?
I'm not privy to this conversation. The
yeah,
governor
that's right.
summoned you.
It's you and me.
Do you need crossbow quarrels or throwing knives or javelins? Okay.
I have a lot of heavy arrows.
Fair enough.
I have like 500 of them.
It's a good thing we're not doing this based on weight.
All right.
You are over encumbered.
It'll take a long time to get to the camp.
Leaky's over encumbered. No, you have to get rid of Scratch Crab.
Okay. The other thing that he says is if you see anything of value that belongs to us, could you please bring it back?
What am I looking for?
Gold, treasure. Speaking of, would you like health potions before you leave?
Yes, please.
We have 2.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so you've got your health potions, you've got your promise of gear if you should need it, and you've got your mission, which is to go investigate the raiders' camp, which is off on the green fields. And it's easy to track them because most of the raiders ran the same direction. The raiders' path is very easy to follow across the rolling grassland of the Greenlands, but it's impossible to determine the number of returning raiders. And as you leave the town of Greenest, a young man is waiting for you on the road. He limps up to you, leaning heavily on his bandaged left leg.
Before I leave, I have to stop and grab that thing.
Oh. That's true, yeah. You should probably stop and go get Leaky. So he limps up to the two of you, and he says, I hear that you intend to follow the raiders and see where they've gone. I'd like nothing better than to come with you, but in this condition, and he looks knowingly at his own left leg, I'd slow you down. In the midst of all this tragedy, there's no reason you would have heard about the fate of my master, Laushin Erlenthar, but it's important that you know. He's a monk from Burdusk, and he disappeared last night, after we fought a particularly savage battle against the raiders. He disappeared last night. A few others and I fought our way to the keep, and you rescued us there, but barely. Laushin didn't make it at all. In fact, we went back this morning to look for him, but all we found was his broken staff and this choker, which he always wore.
Kinky.
He shows you the choker, and it's a black leather choker with a silver dragon amulet on it. And the broken staff is just a broken staff.
Looks to Leaky like he was part of the dragon cult.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Laushin has been investigating these raiders for months, and I fear that he may have tried to infiltrate their group when they retreated, or worse, was captured and carried away as a prisoner. No one understands these bandits better than he does, and his knowledge will be invaluable against them. And when you find their camp, please look for any sign that Laushin is there. One of my brothers has already departed for Burdusk to bring back help, but it will be many days before he arrives. Anything you can do before then would be a godsend.
Yeah, I suppose we'll keep an eye out for
Laushin, Leosin. Do you have any questions for him?
Other than the fact that he wears the little choker and whatnot, what does he look like? Other than a monk.
The Nessim, the half-elf, answers. He's a half-elf monk. He's very thin, has a goatee. He's got a shaggy haircut. I don't know what he'd be wearing if he tried to infiltrate. We often trade clothes.
There's something wrong with you. Leaky doesn't like Laushin.
Leaky hasn't met Laushin yet. He's only met Nessim. Okay, so you agree to look for Laushin. Yeah. Okay. So the path is very easy to follow. How quickly do you want to pursue after the raiders? Do you want to take your time? Do you want to hunt as you go? Do you want to move like scout speed where you're moving carefully but quickly?
Leaky's kind of hungry.
So we probably should go... You're always hungry. Probably should go, like, hunt speed.
Okay.
Yeah.
The distance to the raider camp is about 12 miles, and over the course of the first half of the morning that it takes to get there, traveling at your speed, you run into a very poorly disguised camp of stragglers. They're nestled down in between some hills, but the smoke of their cook fire is very obvious. You can hear them bickering. You can hear both human voices and kobold voices. But you can't quite see them because you're going to need to sneak up to the ridge in order to see over it. So how do you want to proceed? You know they're there. They don't know you're there. They're not paying attention. They don't expect to be followed.
Let's get a crockpot.
Leaky hungry.
Think you want to eat kobolds?
No, they're too stringy, goddammit.
You want to sneak up on them and take them out?
Sure.
All right, so roll a sneak check. Whoever is going forth.
Roll the dice at the same time.
10's enough. They're not really actively paying attention.
10.
10? Wow, you're really sneaky. Okay, so 10 is enough. You're able to sneak up to the crest of the ridge. You realize that there's one cook fire, but that the humans and the kobolds are setting separately apart, and they're not getting along. You can see that right away. The kobolds are kind of picking at the hens that they've spitted over the fire, and the humans keep like kicking and knocking them away because, you know, it's like the Sam and Gollum scene over how to cook a rabbit with nasty taters. And you can count very easily, because it's mid-morning, 4 human cultists and 8 kobolds. How do you want to proceed? Is this just going to be straight-up massacre mode, or are you going to be a little stealthier?
You said there's 2 cultists and 8 kobolds? Or did I get that backwards?
4 cultists and 8 kobolds.
Try and not murder one kobold or one cultist right off the bat.
Okay.
So that way we can ask questions.
Okay.
At least one.
Somebody here's a veteran D&D player.
What?
Roll for initiative.
Yeah, and you have surprise. 1 for the cultists, and wow, okay, cultists roll really low. All right, give me your numbers here.
I got an 11.
Really? I had an 11.
Who's got higher dexterity? That's usually how I do it.
My dexterity is +5.
+5.
Roll again, tiebreak. Jenn wins.
She got it.
All right.
She got it.
So Cezzaria's going first, followed by Leaky, followed by our 8 kobold friends. I'm not even going to write kobold 8 times. It's not happening, folks. And our cultist.
Why is that, Travis?
Cultist, and our 1 poser.
What?
All right, Jenn, how do you want to proceed? You have surprise, which means that both of you get to attack full easy round beforehand. Does that change as a barbarian at your level? Does that change anything for you if you have surprise?
No.
No, okay.
I cannot be surprised.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
Feral instinct. By 7th level, your instincts are so honed that you have an advantage on initiative rolls, which I didn't do right there. Additionally, if you are surprised at the beginning of combat and aren't incapacitated, you can act normally on your first turn, but only if you enter your rage before doing anything else on that turn. So if we get surprised, I get mad.
Shit hits the fan even quicker.
Something's not right.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Jenn, so you are on, like, they're down in a bowl between hills. Think of, like, drumlins, low hills, just spreading out forever, grassy
So we're on
fields.
top of the hill, they're on the bottom
You're
of
up
the
at
hill.
the top, you're hidden, they're down at the bottom cooking some hens. Scrabbling over the hens. So what do you want to do? How do you want to proceed to punish them for their mere existence?
Going to take my crossbow and sneak attack at one of the kobolds.
Okay, so you're going to take a sneak attack shot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this is when Cezzaria rolls literally all the dice in the game.
Just 4.
Only.
So 12 is enough to hit.
Yep, just enough. Armor class is 12. I'm assuming you do more than...
16 damage.
Holy sh**.
Jesus.
Okay, so kobold number 1 is dead.
Did you pin him to the ground?
Well, kind of. Arrow through the eyeball.
All of the other kobolds like stand up like gophers and they're like, oh no!
Leaky's turn?
Leaky's turn indeed.
Leaky, leave 1 cultist.
Can I charge within 20 feet and then throw mine?
You can move 10 feet and throw it.
Okay,
You
I'm
can
gonna
just leap up to the top of the ridge and go, hey you guys! Throw the hammer.
Alright, I'm gonna do that.
Alright, strategy.
So you're charging into the middle?
Charging 10 feet forward so you can throw it.
Almost. These are the only 3 I don't use.
18?
Yeah, that's plenty to hit. Who are you hitting exactly?
One of the kobolds. I do 20 damage. Is he paced?
Oh yeah. You did 4 times his maximum hit points.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And then that means it's your second attack.
16
It's enough to hit.
for 18 damage.
Dead. I'm assuming you hit another kobold.
Yup.
Okay, that makes it Cezzaria's turn because you had surprise and now we're resetting. Meanwhile, they've barely even had a time to react and like that, 3 of them are gone.
They don't know we're here yet, right?
They
do now.
They know you're there. You've broken your surprise round.
You can still probably do sneak. They know I'm there.
Can't you take hide as a bonus action?
I think so.
So you would like pop up, shoot, and then swirl back into the grass and pop up and shoot somewhere else.
I think I have to stealth check in between each one.
Okay, so make a stealth check then. You pass.
I would say of 16.
Yeah, you pass. We don't have to pretend here.
So I will shoot at another kobold.
Okay.
So, oh dear lord.
Yeah, he's dead. Let's not even bother counting. All right, Leaky, you've got 4 kobolds left, and you've got 4 cultists left because you've pasted 2 of them, and Cezzaria's pinned 2 of them to the ground.
I'm making art. It's like macaroni. You know how little kids with macaroni and Elmer's glue, they stick it to the wall? I just do that with little things.
Just pin it to the ground, and it wriggles and screams to the dragon god as it bleeds out.
Oh, critical fail.
You need to go retrieve your hammer, my friend.
Okay.
It's stuck down there in the mud. So you've got 20 feet to cross the distance to go get it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now I only get to roll 1 damage die.
Yeah. Because you're point blank, right?
Yep.
What are you hitting? Cultists?
Kobold.
Kobolds it is. It's a hit. And it's dead because I know your strength.
7.
It's dead.
Okay.
I need to have you wrestle a hill giant at some point for his belt. Okay. All right. That makes it the kobold's turn, and all of the kobolds turn and run away. They just skitter into the grass. They're gone.
And then they run away.
So there's 3 of them gone. The cultists, however, they turn to you, and they're like, "In the name of the Dragon Queen, be gone!" And they're going to challenge you.
Me?
I guess, because they don't know where she is.
I'm playing whack-a-mole.
So they have scimitars, my friend, and they swear allegiance to dark powers, such as elemental princes, but in this case, devils. And they're going to come at you with their scimitars. Are you ready for this?
I'm so ready for this.
First one rolled a 16.
Not enough.
Just bounces off your skin.
Yeah.
Because you're not wearing armor. Next one rolls a 20.
That's a hit.
Okay, and he did a whopping 5 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then the third one, he rolled a 20 and he did 6 damage.
Oh no. Whatever shall
We're down
he
to
do.
now like 1 billion health.
79.
78.
79. All right. Oh, shit. The third one rolled a 20 and he did 3 damage.
Oh my
He
god.
took 13 damage from the last one. The poser is the one that hit you.
Oh my god.
How does that make you feel?
Did it tickle?
Angry.
Okay, that makes it Cezzaria's turn. And Cezaria's still up on the ridge,
Yep.
raining heavy arrows.
Natural 20 stealth check.
Oh my god.
So you're incredibly hidden.
Power of the boobs to save the dice.
Woo!
I'll hit. Let me play with the...
You got cultists left. No more kobolds.
Yeah, we need 1.
Okay, I'll play with 1 cultist. Because kobolds are gone. The other 3 ran away, remember?
Yup.
So 27 should be enough to hit.
I think that'd be enough to hit most of the
10.
major giants, too. He's dead.
16.
Okay.
Leaky's turn?
Leaky's turn.
Leaky's turn.
Leave 1 alive.
I only got
You
2
need to make like a
attacks.
persuasion check or an intimidate check for that.
15.
It's enough to hit.
For 6 damage.
Not dead.
Oh my
What's
god.
your charisma?
-2.
Would a persuasion of 13 be enough to make him leave 1 alive?
Probably on your turn, but we can't do a skill check outside of our turns.
I know. I'm just...
I'm gonna wound another cultist.
Oh, you're gonna wound another. You're gonna maim another one. Are you just gonna leave the guy you did 6 damage to alive?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Fair enough.
I'm pretty sure I broke a leg with that.
He's dead.
Dead.
Oh yeah. Okay, that brings us down to 2 cultists and the poser. Cultist that took 6 damage, which was 66% of his health, is going to lay on the ground and scream. He's going to roll a little persuasion check. He convinces you he's in pain. The other 2 are going to attack you.
Does Leaky care that he's in pain?
First one rolled a 7.
Wow.
Second one rolled a
Nope.
11.
Nope.
That makes it Cezaria's turn.
Second one rolled a nope.
What about the poser?
I did the 2 of them.
Oh, gotcha.
One of them's dead.
Oh, fair enough.
So it's Cezaria's turn.
So we only have injured cultists and regular cultists left?
2 cultists, 1 broken cultist. Are you going to skill check to make sure he contains himself, or are you going to attack?
Persuasion check of 17.
It's an opposing skill check, so you just... What? Did she just triple you? Your charisma?
17 for persuasion.
Almost tripled my charisma score.
So she's like, Leaky, leave one alive!
This is our
Leaky's
life.
like, okay. That makes it your turn. You promise her to leave one alive.
I'm going to murder one.
Oh, you got 3 left.
Okay, I roll on. I'm right on top of them.
Okay, so you're striding forth to murder them.
I was already in the fray because remember I critical failed.
Right. That's a death. Okay, you got a damaged, maimed cultist and a poser left.
I'm gonna go after the poser,
He was not signed up for this.
and now he is very dead.
Oh God.
That's a
Do you want to
natural
narrate
20.
what you do to him?
I do what I always do. I turn him into paste.
Good Lord. Okay. That leaves that makes it other cultist's turn, and he's effectively incapacitated. How do you proceed?
Is he incapacitated enough that I can persuasion check him?
Yeah, he's not going to be able to fight back.
9, 12?
It's high enough for him to tell you that you'll never defeat the Dragon Queen.
Leaky's gonna try an intimidation check.
So I don't have much intimidation.
2.
He laughs at you, but that might be the delirium and the pain.
You want me to try an intimidation check?
That makes it his turn
That
again.
makes it his turn.
He tries to crawl away. He dashes, but because his leg is broken, he only moves 10 feet.
18? Is that enough intimidation?
Yeah. So he's like, if you leave me alive, I'll tell you all about the rear guard and where the camp is. Oh, God.
Leaky?
Leaky has made no promises.
Nope. We get the information out of him and then Leaky
So he
can go
tells you that
case.
it's standard practice for a rear guard to stay 2 or 3 miles outside of the camp, which you know which direction the camp is, but he points anyway just to be really helpful so that you don't kill him. And typically the rear guard is pretty heavily armed. So it typically consists of at least of 1 veteran cultist, several more cultists, and a couple of spellcasters or acolytes or whatever the heck they call themselves these days.
Leaky is unimpressed by this information. Do you have any more information that's worth your
Leaky.
life?
Leaky,
Um,
is the Dragon Queen at the Raider camp?
No. No, he says that we're gathering a hoard of treasure to honor the Dragon Queen.
Do you know where she is?
She has not yet risen. He can tell you don't believe him, but he's not sure how else to produce it. It's not like he has her in his back robe pocket.
You should, goddammit.
My robe isn't that big. I'll caution you not to call me a fat ass.
Other than the rear guard, do they have any other guards around the actual keep, like any walls?
He says there are 2 guard towers, and the camp is sheltered by 3 cliff walls. There's patrols that ride around those on the hour.
So they have horses.
Yeah. Mounts, donkeys,
Leaky want a donkey?
guard drake.
Not to eat?
No. Leaky's strong enough. He can carry his own stuff.
Okay. How do you want to deal with your semi-prisoner? He's not in chains, but it's not like he can go very far.
Do you want to take the glory of smash mashing? Or do you want to take him with us? You're going to smash mash. Is he dead?
What did you just do to him?
I brought my hammer down upon him.
He is no more. And that is the end of his story. Do you want to do anything else before you move on?
Can I investigate their...
Yep.
I wrote leftover camp.
It's a leftover camp. At this point.
Let's see, 7 and 6, 15.
That's enough for you to find about 28 silver pieces among them, among all their bodies. The kobolds that are left really don't have anything of value. Cheap, crappy weapons and broken bows. Things that would have been useful until you broke them. And there's some meat if you want it, but it's splashed with other uncooked meat, so it's contaminated at this point.
I want to take a
Okay.
leg with me.
The cannibalism continues.
It's not cannibalism because they're not dwarves.
You're still
That's not
technically a
cannibalism.
humanoid.
It's not cannibalistic.
You're still a humanoid.
For the listeners that are wondering, yes, they're both evil aligned.
And we're arguing over what is considered cannibalism.
I like the idea, too, that as she's arguing with you, telling you it's cannibalism, you're like, no, it's not. You're just taking hunks out of the leg as you walk.
Of course.
And you spend the next 3 miles arguing before you come to the first signs of the rear guard. How do you want to proceed? You know roughly where they are because the cultist that you maimed and then annihilated told you where they are.
Alright, I'm gonna roll a stealth check.
Okay.
9.
What are we doing? Stealthing? Okay.
You're stealthing.
I rolled a 9.
16.
Okay. They don't spot Jenn, but one of them spots something moving in the brush, and two cultists come to investigate, breaking away from the main camp. The scenario, the setting where you are, is there's these two big peaks, and it appears that they are clustered kind of in the middle, like a choke point. So there are some that are up on the cliffs, or some that are down below, and the two that are down below are coming to investigate what they thought they saw. The other ones are out of melee range, short of you climbing to the top of the rocks, or bow range, obviously.
It's a trap.
They're coming to investigate.
It's a trap!
And roll for initiative, because you just announced yourself.
24.
Well, you got the jump on them unexpectedly.
17.
Okay, Leaky, you have the
not
unexpected
Flint.
drop on them by dint of how ridiculously high your initiative was. So I'm not giving you a surprise round, but you are definitely going first. Because they suspect you're already there. Do you care to narrate what it is you're doing?
I'm attacking the cultists that are advancing.
Are you throwing or charging?
Throwing.
Okay.
Hit the veteran.
Well, the veteran's not within range. The veteran's good
Oh,
100 feet
it's
away.
one of the cultists that's
Two
investigating.
cultists are approaching you, yeah.
Oh.
So
I just hit one of them
and killed him.
and destroyed him.
Yeah, he's gone.
My thrower comes back to my hand, and I throw again.
So the advancing ones are destroyed in full view of the others, who now know you're there.
They know I'm there. They don't know she's there.
That's true. What do you do?
Is it my turn? Can I hit something now?
Yeah, it's your turn.
What ones are up on the cliff?
You can
other
see
cultists?
2 acolytes and 4 cultists, and you know
The ones
there's
that
a
are in
vet there.
bow range?
Yeah, those 4 are all within bow range. The veteran you know is there because you were told he was going to be there, but you can't see him.
No, you
So
said
he's-
that 2 were only in bow range up on top of the...
No, everybody else. The other 2 are within melee range. Everybody else is in bow range because it's like these 2 big towering peaks. and the
Gotcha,
2
I
are down
understood
below.
wrong. I thought you meant like there was everybody down here and then there
That's
were 2
okay.
like up here.
They
like,
do all, because they're up, like, crowding behind boulders and stuff in the top, they all have extra AC because they're guarded. So you got to take better shots.
I'll try.
Or, since you're hidden, you could sneak around and spend a turn getting there. And then remove that advantage by flank. So if they're here, you guys are here, you can sneak around.
The vet will probably be down there with you, and I don't really want to go anywhere near that. Because that I'm going to use, no offense, Leaky, please don't take offense, but I'm going to use you as my mule. You're going to hit things, you're going to get hit, and then you're going to eat them.
It's also worth noting, or thinking about, what is the purpose of a rear guard?
They're advance warning. We have to take them out quickly.
So it wouldn't be the veteran, so I'm probably not going to worry about that. Which comes to the point of spend a turn sneaking or hope I can take a good shot. Because after I shoot, I can still move.
Mm-hmm.
So I might as well take a shot and then
You
move.
can move, and then you can take your bonus action to dash.
Yeah, I'm going to take a shot at one of the cultists that are, or the acolytes that are up there.
Okay.
Because acolytes also have magic, which therefore can...
That's true. And Leaky
Do
doesn't
I-
like magic, because magic burns.
Magic hurts.
Was 14 enough to hit the acolyte? Probably not.
God.
No.
Yes, it is.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
17 damage?
Dead. So Jenn blows him right off the cliff.
Can I use
Sorry,
my
Cezzaria blows him
movement
right off the cliff.
to,
Yes.
like, re-sneak and...
Well, you have your bonus action as a rogue to hide, to
yeah.
basically do any non-combat action.
But I haven't
right?
used my movement and my holy
It's got to be
head.
a stout.
Yeah, it's gotta be a stout.
Holy head.
I was... Get out of here.
So
the only
yes,
part of beer I like is the head.
You got to make a stealth check in order to hide. That's good enough.
Okay.
Because you got.
But I was going to
enormous
say,
stealth.
stealth and move closer to where I can get to the other one.
Circle around. Yeah.
Yeah. Starting to circle around.
So what you see and what he doesn't see is now you can see the veteran, and you can also see they have a string of ponies there. Okay, so that makes it the veteran's turn. The veteran is going to walk up to the cliff and observe. He's going to roll a perception check, though, because he's untrustworthy if there's a lone dwarf barbarian attacking. But he does not perceive you. So that makes it our cultist's turn. And 2 of the cultists have not a whole lot, actually. They're going to ready actions that if anybody shows up in melee range, they're going to both swing immediately. So that's 4 of the cultists that remain are going to ready actions to melee. 1 acolyte that's left, because one of them was murdered outright. The 1 acolyte that's left is going to take a pot shot at Leaky, yeah. And
I don't know where I am.
So Sacred Flame has a range of 60 feet, and he's going to ready his action to attack if anything moves within 60 feet. Remember, you were about 100 feet away.
Yeah.
So if you attack, if you get close, you're going to get hit by Sacred Flame. And if you get up on the cliffside, at least 2 of them will be within range to chop at you with their scimitars. Does this intimidate you?
No.
Okay. That makes it your turn.
Leaky's angry now. Leaky's going to use the first rage of the session.
So are you going to cross within 60 feet? Because they're 100 feet away, so how far is your movement distance?
35.
So you can move up to 70 feet if you double your turn. If you dash as your action. You're going to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to take the Acolyte's going to Sacred Flame at you because he readied his action.
I got to climb the cliff.
Yeah, you're crossing that threshold. He hits you immediately.
Oh.
Then we'll get back to it.
Okay.
Okay, so Sacred Flame, the way that this works, flame-like radiance descends upon you. So suddenly you're in the spotlight. You need to succeed on a dexterity saving throw, or you're going to take 2d8 radiant damage. So you'll be taking 9 radiant damage.
Natural 20 on the dexterity saving throw.
Not only did the spotlight shine upon you, but you performed admirably. Now it's time to scale the cliff. You'd end your turn right at the foot of it, wouldn't you? Dashed across the distance. That makes it the veteran's turn. The veteran is... Or no, that makes it your turn.
How far away from the other acolyte am I?
Acolyte is up at the top. He's about 70 feet away. You're down at the base of this weird choke point, but you're in the shrubbery.
How far away is he a veteran?
Veteran's about 50 feet away, back behind on the lower half of the slope. You got a clear shot at both, but one is closer to the ponies.
And I'm hidden, yes?
Which means you get an automatic sneak attack, because the veteran failed his perception check on top of that.
So I'm assuming that 17 plus 8, which would be 20.
Yeah, you hit him.
16 damage.
13, 16 damage? Okay.
16.
So he took 16. All right. He's not dead, but he's shocked. Do you have any other use for your other bonus actions?
Can I attempt to re-stealth?
Yes, that's one of your bonus actions. Okay, so then, yeah, you pass your stealth check.
For now. Unless he passes a perception.
Which makes it his turn, and he's going to move in the direction from which he's going to pull the arrow out of his arm first. He's going to move in the direction that the arrow came from, and he's going to try to make a perception check. He's got +2 to this. What is your what skill level is perception? Is that
Wisdom.
Wisdom? What's your wisdom score?
My score 14.
14. He rolled a 16, so he detects you. He sees you, and he's going to move in your direction, but he can't move the entire distance this time. So instead, what he's going to do is he's going to draw his heavy crossbow and take a shot at you. Ready?
Sure.
All right. So he draws this big crossbow off his back, and he readies it, and he takes a shot for 17.
It's a hit. Armor class is 16.
And he does 9 damage. Bam. Bolt. How you like that, wench?
Do you not see the I bring with me? Do you want to fight that? Wait till he's done smashing your people.
Like this baseline gruff-looking human is calling a high elf a wench. It's like the ultimate level of racism.
Meh. I also have a dwarf that will f***ing murder you and then suck on your entrails for days.
Jerky.
Cultist's turn. Cultists keep their actions readied. Acolyte is going... You're within range. He's going to Sacred Flame all over you again. He's going to flame on you. You ready for this? Dexterity saving throw. Please, mon ami. You pass. Doesn't hurt you. Which makes it your turn. Yay!
And this is a strength check.
It is an athletics check.
So I get advantage.
Oh, God.
Natural... Oh, my God. Both die natural 20.
So you're there. Would you like to murder them now?
Of course.
Proceed. With 2 natural 20s, I feel like we need to reward that with giving you your attacks on top of the strength.
For those of you that don't know what the hell just happened, he just rolled 2d20 and both of them were natural 20s.
And so he's preserving not only the skill check, but both of his attacks to reward that bizarre twist of fate.
I'm going to attack the veteran.
You got to charge down the hill a little ways for that, because he moved in her direction. You got cultist galore near you, though. You got the Acolyte, who keeps putting you in the limelight.
You know what? I'm going to attack the Acolyte, then.
Acolyte first. You killed him.
Magic.
Acolyte's dead.
Cultist. 12.
That did not hit him.
Really?
Isn't there
Yeah.
AC 14?
14. No, wait, it's 12.
That's it?
You have +10?
Yes, I do.
Good God.
Gotta love the Dwarven Thrower.
Okay, fair enough. So you just nailed him, and how much
8 damage.
8 damage. It's almost enough to kill him. You maim him. Let's.
Oh, actually, it's 10 damage because I'm raging.
He's dead, and everyone's like, ah! But you are close enough for them to use their scimitars, so they had that action ready, so they're going to take that ready to action now, and then they'll make their regular attack.
Okay.
You ready to be attacked by a bunch of little scimitars?
Sure.
First one.
Critical
fail. He loses his next turn. Second one, 13, makes it a 17.
Not enough.
All right, so then the other guy lost his turn because he's dangling precariously over the edge because he overstepped. And the second guy rolls a 16.
Nope.
Veteran's going to shoot at you again while moving closer. Wait, no. Sorry, I keep thinking the veteran goes before you for some reason.
How close is he?
Is that you? Veteran was within 30 feet now.
Still not close enough.
Striding down the hill towards you. He's like, I see you! Come out to play!
Still not close enough to draw him, but I don't know if I want to get that close to him. Since he's trying to get that close to me. And since he's staring at me, I can't just, like, poof and stealth check.
But you can shoot and you can move away. You can keep him at a distance. He's just going to pursue you with that big crossbow. Considering
he's trying to get into melee damage range, I really don't want to be in melee range. And if I hold him off for another round, Leaky can probably be up there. 21's enough to hit.
You shoot another arrow at him?
Yep.
Okay, that's enough to hit.
So, 11 damage, and then I'm going to back up.
Okay, so you're backing up to keep him at distance.
Yeah.
Alright, so he's at 27 damage now. Then he yells back at you, you think that hurts? Now it's his turn, and he's going to load another crossbow bolt, and he's going to pursue you again. And this time he's going to shoot with his crossbow. 6 plus 5, 11?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, that one goes wide. And that makes it the cultist's turn, and they're going to swing at you, Leaky. Let's roll them both at the same time. Let's not even pretend here. All right, matching die. First one misses necessarily. Second one misses necessarily. And now it's your turn.
I'm going to murder the rest of them.
Good God.
18.
Dead. One down.
Dead.
Yeah. Okay, so all the cultists are dead. The acolytes are dead. The veteran is left.
Do you want to use your movement to...
Yes, and I'm going to use my movement to close on the veteran.
Okay, so he would move 30, and then he moved 30 again, so you're 30 feet away from him now. So you're within dwarven thrower range for next turn if you pace him.
All right, I'll move within range of the thrower.
Okay, and then that turns it around, and it makes it your turn. Because mass murder has now been committed.
Another crossbow at him. 20, not natural.
That's okay, it's a hit.
So, another 8 damage, and I'm going to back up a little bit.
Okay, he's at 35 damage that he's taken now. And he continues to yell slurs at you, not realizing what's coming, and he's going to move closer to you. So now he's 55 feet away from you, so you got to move first to keep up with him. He loads another crossbow bolt, and he's going to shoot it at you. He rolled a total of 10.
For AC?
Yep.
No.
Nope. Okay, goes wide. Misses Cezzaria. And that makes it Leaky's turn.
Yes.
And you have advantage because he doesn't know you're coming. He doesn't care. He's single-mindedly focused on her. She's pegged him like 3 times. And not the fun kind of pegging, but the painful kind of pegging. And I know there's a Venn diagram there, but we're not in the middle of the Venn diagram. So, advantage and murderous intent.
D20, please. So, I'm going to move within 15 feet. Be safe.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw.
Okay. You hit him. For sure.
14 damage.
Okay, you knock him down. You knock him prone with that level of blow, especially because it's coming from behind. So you knock him prone, and you have advantage on your next throw.
25.
That's a hit.
16 damage.
He stops
or
moving
14
entirely.
damage. 14 damage, sorry.
He's just dead. You bring him to 0 hit points, and then some. So if you want to interrogate him, you can. If you want to go boot stomp him, you can.
I want to interrogate him, Leaky.
Okay, so you're rushing out of the bushes to get there before he does, because his mouth is opening slowly.
Leaky, down!
What do you want to know?
How many more people are in the camp? I almost said keep.
So groggily, obviously concussed, one eye is moving independently. He's like, hundreds of f***ers in the camp.
Sorry, I was laughing at your face.
Broken.
Is the Dragon Queen at the camp?
No. The cultists are trying to build a pile of treasure for her.
Where?
The caves.
How do you get into said caves?
It's a big f***ing hole. You'll see it when you get to the camp. Lots of gods.
Lots of gods?
Gods.
Gods or guards?
Don't make fun of my accent.
I told you I
And
had...
what the f*** are you? He's just becoming more Scottish as we go.
This is...
I'm your doom!
It's Leaky and tries to mock an Irish accent.
That was Scottish.
Was it?
Horrible Scottish. I apologize to all the Scottish people out there that may listen to this.
I am deeply offended.
Good. I don't care if you get offended. Silence.
How to break Travis.
What else do you want to know? He's laying there virtually incapacitated, bleeding out slowly.
What other goodies do you have in the camp other than in the caves?
The stuff we brought from Greenest.
Where's that?
In the camp.
Where in the camp?
With the people that brought it in the camp. It's a camp.
Descriptive, you asshole.
It's not like he's there right now. He's not like... Oh,
Are
yeah,
you
look,
the only
over there.
veteran?
No.
How many more veterans are there?
My company and others.
How many other companies?
I don't know.
Can I smash his face in now?
Only if you lick the entire hammer clean.
Okay.
You don't even roll for that.
Dead.
For Christ's sake.
But we roll with advantage too because he's prone and incapacitated. And Leaky licks the hammer clean. Okay, so you have destroyed the rear guard, but those of you who are tacticians will understand what happens if a rear guard doesn't report back. So what are you going to do?
Leaky's gonna have to charge through.
Well, we can stealth a little bit to kind of see and then let you charge through. Because that way we can at least see what we see, and then you can go play the "Hi guys" game, because by the time we get there, then they'll be concerned because the rear guard didn't report in. And then you'll already be right in there, and then you can just be like Pop the Weasel, and there you are.
I like popping the weasel.
You like choking the chicken, there's a difference.
No comment. Stealth check!
19.
24, actually. Oh my god, did I roll higher than the rogue?
13 plus 8. So 21.
Oh my god, I rolled higher than the rogue.
You're also a lot smaller than I am.
All right, so that brings you to the camp, and let me just describe the camp to you. It's set in a box canyon that's contained on three sides by walls. The walls are 50 to 80 feet high in different places, roughly sheer rock walls. You could probably climb it, being skilled adventurers, but it would be perilous. And we know how some people are with gravity. There are 3 levels. There's the main level that's the lowest or the widest part of the canyon near the entry. It raises gradually up to the second level at the back end of the canyon, and then there's a third that's up on top of a cliff. And you can see that there's a structure up there, but you can't really discern any other details. You see tents, hide and leather tents, scrap tents, kind of spread, distributed evenly throughout the edges. Lots of cook fires and stuff. So it's clear that there are a lot of people here. Hundreds of individuals here. So you previously discussed charge in and beat everything to death is not going to work. You're going to have to go the stealthy route to make this work. And let me just remind you of your main objectives. They're to find out whether or not the camp has any plans of returning to Greenest, and also to look for Laushin the monk.
And to return.
So how
And then you charge
pacey
me
did
for
you make the other people? Like, can we steal their clothes?
You could, yeah. There's no puncture wounds, right? Except for the 2 that you killed, but everything else has had their heads knocked off with rocks or whatever, so you could go back and try to disguise yourselves.
Is there anything that'll fit a short, angry dwarf barbarian?
None of them were dwarfs. There's some relatively tall humanoids, though, that you could probably fit into the disguise for.
You could probably try and take me in as a prisoner. That
Is
might
Leaky
work.
gonna let me?
As long as you give me my hammer back. And my scratchy crab. Let me keep my scratchy crab.
Your hammer, you can hide it in your kilt.
That's quite the set of balls.
You just gotta walk with a waddle. I'll just tell him that I shoved an arrow up your ass. You'll be fine.
Okay, so to reiterate, your plan is to pretend to take Leaky as a prisoner, and
Waltz into the camp? Maybe?
you guys have rope or chains.
I have some rope.
Okay,
I
so
think I
she's
have
going to
rope,
need to
too.
tie you up, and she's going to need to dress up as one of the officers.
Will the veteran's clothing fit me? Well, no, because they would know I'm not the veteran.
You got cultist cloaks,
Yeah. Will they fit me? Probably.
tall humans.
Close enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's
It's a
no...
cloak. It's not like it's tight-fitting.
No.
Okay, so she's
So
going to tie you
we'll
and you're going to lose
sneak.
access to your hammer.
Well, we don't have to tie him tight. They don't have to know that it's
No.
not tied tight.
It's going to hamper him if he's got to make athletics or strength checks. Okay, so let me just... So what is how do you proceed then? You've gone back to the rear guard, you've dressed up as...
Probably the cultists.
one of the cultists, and you're tied up.
Yep. Try and walk into the camp.
Quietly. Or do you want to stealth check around the edge and use that as... Well,
I'm tied up. I'm not going to be able to be stealthy. I'm going to have to roll at a disadvantage.
Yeah, we'll go with this plan for now. And just ask them where they're keeping their prisoners and if they've also seen. We'll ask them about that later.
All right, so as you approach, there's one of the two guard towers that you heard about, and they see you coming, and they send outriders, and the outriders are immediately like, where are you coming from? The Canon Fodder Diecast is produced and DM'd by Travis Knight and stars Kyle Newcomb as Leaky the Barbarian and Jenn Clark as Cezzaria the Rogue Cleric. Music by Kevin MacLeod and used within the Creative Commons license. Horde of the Dragon Queen is part of the D&D 5e series and published by Kobold Press. This podcast is intended for entertainment purposes only. Always bring a towel, and thanks for listening.